Hello and welcome to this edition of the Time with Hime podcast. I'm your host, Lynn Cordes, joined by our superintendent, Mr. Hime. Welcome back, sir.
Man, hope everybody had a great Easter, one of our great family weekends. It was really nice. We got Friday off. Calendar worked out really well for us. Our parents got to spend 4 days with their students. We had a remote day yesterday. Everything went really well. A great weekend for me. I got to go visit my grandbaby in Arkansas, so I got to do that Friday. Was back Sunday.
And we had, before we left, we had Purple Star Celebration.
We did, and we got a special guest here to talk about it.
We do, and we're excited to have her. That was a great event where we recognized. So would you love to introduce her?
Yes, we got Dr. DeLoach. She's our Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. That's kind of a new position. People have a title for the state, but she does a wonderful job of that. She's also our military liaison, kind of works with the military force because of her personal background. So we had a Purple Star celebration, and you always get that question, what is Purple Star? So we thought we'd bring the expert on to tell us what it was, what it entails, what Lawton Public Schools does to be considered a Purple Star school, and just give us some insight into it. So Dr. DeLoach, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
We're excited. You did a lot of great work, and you've been working for the past year and a half. Freedom was our first one. So before we get started into the celebration, tell us what Purple Star means for a school district and at least for our 21 sites that we celebrated.
Before I start, I'd like to say I'm wearing my purple
Yes.
because we almost purple up in April.
Yes, it's the month of the military child. Correct.
Purple Star program began as a Military Child Education Coalition project. It was started because the military children internationally were given a survey about their school districts, and the parents and students didn't feel like they were having their needs met. So therefore, the Military Child Education Coalition started the National Purple Star program. And that's what we've been using. We've been using the standards of the National Purple Star program, which include celebrating military children, military families, making sure that we have professional development that involves educating our faculty and staff about military families and military children, as well as having, you have to excuse me, this is a new medium for me, as well as having student-led transition training for all of the children.
Well, one thing I talked about that we have to realize in 2022 is we don't all have the same life experiences. And I didn't grow up in the military background, whereas a military family. And so for me to try to understand what those children go through is difficult, but I do know that my job as a superintendent is to make sure we're providing opportunities and creating more opportunities and trying to make their education more equitable to make up for the moving and the changing, and sometimes they have a parent overseas or deployed, and obviously you take that role for our school and do a great job, and we really appreciate what you do with it. And how many schools do we presently have that are Purple Star?
We have 21, and that includes Freedom, which was our model school.
So we're up to 21. Now, are the others working on it, or can we expect to get more? Is there some criteria that some of our sites just don't have that they're not eligible?
Some of our sites are still, all of our sites are still working on it. They just didn't meet all of the criteria. And that involved having PD for the staff, for military children, and also the student-led transition program.
So the ultimate goal is you're going to put the challenge out there, but next year when we do our Purple Star celebration, are you going to have all campuses? Are we going to be 100% Purple Star?
Yes, that's the plan. We began the first year with just a model school. This year we have 21 schools, and next year we should be 100%.
That'll be awesome. That's a good goal.
Now, Dr. DeLoach, the one thing that is really fascinating that I'm excited about for our district is we are the first district, correct? And can you explain what that looks like and what the state of Oklahoma did with representative pay and how that went forward?
We are the first Purple Star District in the state of Oklahoma. We are also the first and only. Representative Pay and Senator Montgomery actually created a law, and it's Senate Bill 54, that says that in the state of Oklahoma, we will support our military families by having this Purple Star program. But to this date, we're still the only school system that has the Purple Star program.
And that's again, a shout out to all of our staff, but to Dr. DeLoach and her team and the people she works with for getting Lawton like that. So, one of the things we strive to be is to be the best. And thank you very much for making us the first. And again, thank you to Senator Pay and Senator Montgomery and Representative Pay for working with us. We went to the Capitol and was part of that signing when the Governor Stitt signed that bill, and it was kind of fun to stand there with the dignitaries and the senators and the representatives as they signed it. So it's a great honor for Lawton Public Schools. Big shout out again to all of our sites that are doing it. Freedom does a wonderful job with this, and it's great that we've expanded it to our other sites, because it's easy to say, well, we know we have a lot of military kids or children at Freedom, but we also have them district-wide, and we have to recognize across the district. So to bring that awareness to all of our sites is a great honor, and so thank you very much.
And Dr. DeLoach, will you share if there are any other sites or campuses out there watching this, what they could look forward to, or maybe where they could go to seek some resources for our Purple Star so they can implement that as well?
You can go to the district website, because we do have the application there. It's a really easy, user-friendly application. You can also go to the Military Child Education Coalition website and find information about it. I'd also like to add that this is part of our district diversity, equity, and inclusion program.
So, yeah, and again, if you have questions, obviously you can email Dr. DeLoach, and she'll probably answer and help. Because, again, she wants everybody to be 100%, so I know she'll assist you and some of the other schools that are Purple Star. So thanks again for all you do, and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Welcome, and we can't wait to hear what you have for the rest of our school later on, Dr. DeLoach. Thanks again. Is there anything else you want to add before we move on with the podcast?
Just thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you for all you do. Mr. Hime, we have a lot of things to talk about. This week is testing. It's, we have testing pep rallies.
Oh, the stress of state testing. We've talked about it district-wide of trying to take some of that stress off. Obviously, we care about that data, and the data is very important to us, and we want to do well on the test. We just don't want people overly stressed, because we as a district want to get better at gathering data throughout the year, so it's more to make it more accurate data and more usable. So that's our ongoing goal. But we'll always make sure that this is an important week, and we encourage our parents to make sure their kids are getting good night's sleep and going to bed and all those things we've always done. And I know you're getting all those notes from your principal. But again, we don't want anybody overly stressed. We will continue to work to use that data to get better at what we do.
And good luck to all of our students out there, and thank you to our families that have sent snacks and supported our schools as our students prepare for that. Now, before we go on to more celebrations, we do have something serious that we do want to share with our families and students regarding just that spring weather brings different vibes, but we want to share that.
The ability to use your phone to video has caused problems in schools across the United States. And one of the things, we had it early on at one site that we've added, that's now moved to other sites at times, is basically premeditated or planning a fight and somebody videoing it and spurring it on. And those things are very difficult. And one thing we've talked about is parents, make sure your child knows if they're videoing a fight, if they're part of instigating the fight, if they're part of spurring it on, they're going to get the same consequences as the students who fought, and in some cases more, because we can't have, we're not telling kids they can't video things, but to video it and put it on the internet, if they video it because they see it and they saw it start and they hand it to the principal or something, that's okay. But to video it as a pre-planned fight and put it out there on the internet as a TikTok or whatever else we do with those videos just for fun or for entertainment, it's just not acceptable. And you know, we got to get all of our students working together, because we're too good at LPS to have students fighting in fight clubs and things like that. It brings a bad light to all of us. So we're working really hard to stop that as a district, but we want to make sure parents know that, you know, there is a punishment if you video a fight. There is also a punishment if you instigate a fight or if you're part of the pre-planning of a fight.
Absolutely. And we hope we can, you know, just kind of mitigate a lot of those. We have a lot to enjoy. There's no reason.
Springtime.
I know,
All
there's
these
no reason
awesome things going on, and let's just put that in the past and say it's fixed.
and enjoy what's to come. Let's talk about the celebrations. We just had the foundation golf tournament.
Oh, is that not awesome? They exceeded all their goals. I was out there yesterday. It was windy and cold in the morning. I played in the afternoon. It was really nice, but still windy. But there were hundreds of people out there. Big shout out to Lisa and Carson and all the foundation board members. Billy Sims Barbecue catered it for them for a really, really reasonable price. Just a lot of people out there supporting it. Make sure you get on and look at the big donors. I know Liberty National Bank and that group was the huge donor. But hopefully, you know, we know how great it is that they support us. You know, we don't talk about it enough, but when we started the LRC and our college classes for free, and then they put in some money to get it started. When we went to maker spaces at every site, they put in money. They give numerous grants to our teachers. They're looking at grants for principals for a big grant to their school. It is so great what they do for our schools and the support they provide our teachers, and it just shows how much the people of Lawton support Lawton Public Schools. So a shout out to everybody who had something to do with that golf tournament and that fundraiser yesterday, and a special shout out to all the donors.
And today we remember something that happened in Oklahoma City 27 years ago, and we have had special podcasts, special posts, and one in particular that we would love our viewers to go and watch is the MacArthur Middle School.
Yeah, isn't it awesome that we have students doing podcasts? So please watch those. They're doing a great job. This is something we're trying to expand across our district is our video services as we create opportunities for all of our students.
And we love having them help us, but they do. Many of our secondary sites have a channel out there, so please go out there, like and subscribe them. They're doing amazing things, and you can see what the kids are into this year.
Oh, it's awesome. When you think about how schools changed in some of these things, we're doing videos and podcasts. Esports are now one of our key sports, and I got a lot of students involved in esports. And, you know, you look at our maker spaces, and we're STEM labs, as you call them, and our TAP program, which is technical applications programs at our middle schools. Hey, and, you know, we're going to let freshmen go to college next year is a big push, and start having free tuition for freshmen if they qualify. So exciting when, you know, we're just looking for that day when a student graduates with basically associate's degree and goes to college as a junior. Not wanting to take away from their college life, just do away with some of those student loans a lot of you have.
I was just about to say, me as a parent, I would love to have that debt wiped away before it even occurred, because there's a lot of other things that our students will be paying for after they graduate. So let us help with that area.
Yes, very much so.
Enrollment's happening at our high school, middle school. Pre-enrollment is getting ready to start, so keep an eye out for that. Reminds me that summer school enrichment in our summer school programs, the registration will open next week. So we just want our families to keep an eye out for that. It's going to be May soon, but we have a few things going on.
Just going fast, isn't it?
It is. Next week we have the Indian Education Senior Celebration or Recognition, and that will be on Tuesday. And then on Thursday we have a teacher career fair at Central Middle School. So we want to remind our folks out there that are interested in teaching opportunities that we're going to have our very own career fair next week.
And did I see something on the list this Friday for special education going on?
You did. We have another wonderful event. It's cornhole.
Oh,
You're going to have to get out there. And
I'm not any good at that.
check it out.
Nope, not competing in that. I'm not a good, one of the sports I'm not good at,
Well,
if it's a sport.
We're excited because they're getting ready to have that event, and then they'll wind it down. And then next week we have a lot more. But is there anything else you want to celebrate?
No, great week. Hey, just glad to be at LPS, and things are going great. And just work with us as we continue to create opportunities. If you got questions, email us at info@lawtonps.org, info@lawtonps.org. You could always go to our website, lawtonps.org.
And like and subscribe our YouTube and social media platforms. We've got lots of them out there to share some good news. We want to thank Dr. DeLoach again.
Yes, thank you very much for joining us.
Yay, yay, yay. And until next time, Mr. Hime, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We have a lot of great things going on. You guys be well, stay safe, and until next time, we'll have a positive weekend.